Elliot, it couldn't be much more shocking or even disturbing given the latest revelations about what's on these thumb drives. The youngest wife of Osama bin Laden has told, according to the Pakistani military, has told them during questioning that she had been living in this compound for 5 years with Osama bin Laden. So rather than that impression of him skipping from safe house to safe house, cave to cave in the border region, he's actually been sitting for 5 years in this house, apparently with very little else to do other than fill these thumb drives with ideas, plans, possible targets, etc. He's had time on his hands to focus on operations and places to target, Elliot.
Nick, what that would suggest, of course, is that those computer documents that were seized are going to be replete with the entire history of the past 5 years of their terrorist activity. Now, this is not just a one-week download. We have records there that go back 5 years. This is the entire organizational history of the most feared terrorist group in the world. So this should make it all the more interesting for the CIA to pour into those records.
It should do. I mean, it would seem to be counterintuitive that somebody who's been so secretive about his own security, safety, well-being, location would fill his computer with information that would lead counterterrorism operatives to essentially dismantle his organization. That would seem to be surprising, but we're already getting these nuggets about the threat to the rail network. We know that bin Laden in the past has accumulated a wealth of material about himself, video material about himself, about groups, other jihadist groups that are aligned with Al-Qaeda. So perhaps we're going to see that sort of material in that trove as well.
You know, Nick, you're exactly right. It is counterintuitive, but in my years as a prosecutor, I always found that all the groups, I don't care if it's a drug gang or organized crime, the groups you say should never write anything down. They do, for the simple reason you can't run any organization without records, and so they make the fatal flaw of writing it down, and then you seize it and you have the track record and the map to where you need to go. Question for you. Are the folks who were seized in his house cooperating? Any word from the Pakistanis whether they are getting the sorts of responses and honest answers that you would hope to get from the people you seize in that context?
Well, given that these people that have been seized are close to bin Laden, the wife, the daughter are the ones that the Pakistani officials are telling us that they've questioned, that they've got information out of, the daughter saying she was in the room when her father was killed. It's hard to know how truthful this information is. They've got a vested interest in presenting their own point of view. And then you also have the layer on top of that, the fact that the Pakistanis' intelligence networks are not going to tell us everything. They're going to tell us what they want us to know. So we're only going to get partial pieces of information. And that's going to be frustrating for other intelligence operatives around the world who would like to get a clearer, bigger picture of what these women are saying now they're being questioned. But yes, they are talking. But it is, we understand, only Pakistani interrogators that have their hands on them right now, Elliot.
All right.